ユウはもう一つの現実。アズはもう一人のあなた。現実はやり直せない。でも、ユウならやり直せる。さあ、もう一人のあなたを生きよう。さあ、新しい人生を始めよう。さあ、世界を変えよう。
How do I even begin explaining this film? I spent quite some time after the credits were rolling thinking about it. Honestly, more than I should have. It's about a love story, social media and technology, grief, family, childhood naivety, friendship, control versus freedom, parenting, personal values, and arguably more. Safe to say, it's about a lot of things. And really, for a solid block of time, I had no clue how to explain what I just spent 2 hours watching. But after spending some time mapping it all out in my head, I guess I kind of understand it now. Belle tells a story about Suzu Naito, a typical anime high school girl wrapped in the typical anime high school drama surrounded by typical anime high school characters. She has a smart but cold and calculating best friend, has a crush on her extremely popular and handsome childhood friend, envies the most popular girl, etc, etc. However, because of childhood related drama, Suzu can't sing. Because of this, she gets introduced to the social media app that everyone's using called You, which is basically, as much as I hate to say it, a metaverse. In her other online persona, she regains her confidence to sing and becomes a worldwide hit on You. Somehow the plot diverges into different directions where there's an A plot going on in the real world about Suzu's real life, romances, and high school drama, a B plot that goes in the direction of a Beauty and the Beast style fairy tale within You, and the plots combine at the end for the final act of the film to end the whole thing. Plot-wise, not the greatest film. Mediocre at best, confusing at worst. I would go as far as to say that the plot, or I guess plots of the film, were barely serviceable and just enough to get the main message of the film across. Arguably, the plot is the core of any film or show. It's what drives character development, it's what keeps the viewer engaged, and at the end of the day, it's honestly what makes the film. And I think all that is definitely important and all, but Belle somehow made that up for me. Sure, half the time I was definitely thinking what the hell is going on as I watched the events of the plot unfold in front of me. But to me it felt different to a film that had no effort put into the writing and the direction. For something that set itself up to be so typically anime, so one-dimensional, so seemingly run-of-the-mill, there was an aspect of it that just felt magical, almost Disney-esque. Something, honestly, I've never felt before while watching an anime. The stunning visuals of the virtual world within You contrasted with the standard anime world presented in Suzu's real life were some of the better art I've seen in an anime in a while. The orchestral soundtrack sprinkled and mixed with a bit of J-pop with the huge musical sections really was a cherry on top for the overall fairy tale film vibe. From start to finish, I thought Belle was a treat to watch. Maybe I'm just a sucker for orchestral backing tracks, for grandiose visuals, for decently thought out art direction, but those aspects made enduring the plot worth it. But just the visual direction, animation style, and amazing soundtrack will definitely not be enough to appease the average critical viewer, or even the more critical part of myself. But as a film that at least tried to do something different, that tried to be a bit more than the average romance/sci-fi film, and that tried to properly adapt the classic Beauty and the Beast formula with a twist, I thought it was alright. This film isn't as good as the average Disney fairy tale. It isn't as good as the Your Names or the silent voices of the anime film world either. But as a mix of these two genres, I appreciate the effort. If you're looking for something substantial, something groundbreaking, or even just something typically anime, Belle definitely isn't the film for this. But if you want to shut your brain off and relax, watch something visually impressive, and bless your ears with a soundtrack like no other, then Belle is that film. Certainly nothing less, but unfortunately nothing more.